Can Republicans stop health care from being passed the same way they stopped Gitmo from being closed? Leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel.
Professor, I got a question for you. You know, we've got the progressives. They've got some bold proposals going on right now, health care protections, for example. If the Senate does not change and Mitch McConnell is still, you know, the Grim Reaper, still in the position he's in now, what's the difference between those proposals and the 200 pieces of legislation that is sitting in his cemetery right now?
None. And that's why we have to get as many of our friends and neighbors as possible to make sure that they are registered to vote, double check their voter registration. I mean, you know, Georgia just last week apparently pulled it off. I saw the articles that it was coming. I didn't know that they had done it, but, you know, a caller this morning said they had. You know, I need to double check that, but, you know, they're planning, you know, Brian Kemp, the governor down there, is planning on throwing another 300,000 people off the voting rolls. And of course, it'll be disproportionately people of color, you know, principally African Americans and Hispanics. And Asians too, you know, anybody with relatively common names, and you know, Ohio is in the process of purging 200,000 people, and the Supreme Court has said that that's just fine. I mean, this is huge stuff. This is really huge stuff, Morris.
Not to sound sadistic, okay, but let's given that's kind of been like our culture from day one. But I got a belief that my brothers and sisters, my Caucasian brothers and sisters, they wake it up to smelling the coffee, right? But I just wanted to talk to you about the structural protections that corporations have, that structural demons that prevent people from getting what they want. How many times have you called off statistics of the things that people want in this country? We can't make it come to pass. Yeah. So this guy is still in the position that he's in now, right? You know, the proposals for health care that Ms. Warren or my boy Bernie or anything that's not right-wing, it's not going to go anywhere. And I was just wondering, you know, but you admit, what I like about you, you went right to it. You answered it, then you qualified it. This is why I would say this. I got an idea. What the DNC needs to do is go get Roger Stone. That's what I said. Go get Roger Stone and give him a job and turn him loose on Mitch McConnell in Kentucky. Okay, Roger, go on and do your thing.
Yeah.
In Kentucky, on the Lord ain't in this one. Jesus ain't listening. And Roger, go on and handle your business, whatever you want. Get rid of it, because the structure, institutional. There's not much we can do the talking and the rhetoric and get hold of the power. And maybe they got a thing called the bully pulpit. But I mean, it take one heck of a bully, don't you think, to get Mitch McConnell to move?
Well, the thing that's missing from this whole conversation, Morris, and I know that you know this, is the power of money in politics, and the fact that the Supreme Court legalized bribery, legalized the ownership of politicians by billionaires and big corporations. And so it's not just that, you know, we're not getting the people that we want elected, and it's not just that they're able to use, you know, to ignore the law and throw people out the voting rolls and things like that, and they're blocking any attempts to reform that. But that there's this ocean, this river of money that is pouring into, you know, into Republican candidates and Republican state systems to keep things this way.
Well, it just hit me. I said, my goodness. I remember when Barack Obama was saying he's going to close Guantanamo. I think they got 4 or 5 guys over there, and Guantanamo is still open.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering, gee whiz, if we can't get Guantanamo closed, how are we going to get?
Yeah. If we can't get Guantanamo closed, how are we going to get health care reform? It's going to take a lot of people. Morris, thank you for the call. I think that, you know, Guantanamo, the existence or non-existence of Guantanamo doesn't hit the average person the way that, you know, their prescription drug prices or having to spend, you know, $1,000 if they take their kid to the ER does.